In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the refrigerant from your car's AC system. Let's go. What's up everyone, I'm Steve and you're watching F 33. Now if you like this video, give a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss when a new video drops. Now the AC condenser sits right up front, which puts it in the line of fire for bugs, rocks, and other debris. When I hit the deer, my kidney grill shattered and were sent straight into the condenser. Now before I replace my condenser, however, it's important that I remove all the refrigerant from the system. To remove R134A, you can't just send it in the air though. This refrigerant is toxic to the ozone and will send the EPA knocking on your door with a huge fine. Now there are a few tools that you'll need when working on your AC system. You'll need a set of manifold gauges, which are the central point, connection point in your car's system. You'll need a vacuum pump to remove all the air from the recovery tank. You'll need a recovery tank. And you'll need a recovery unit to move that refrigerant to the recovery tank. Now, as always, I've put links in the description below to all the products used in the video today. All right, so let's head out to the garage and get that refrigerant removed.
The tools needed for this install are a set of manifold gauges, a recovery tank, a vacuum pump, and an AC recovery machine. The difficulty of this job is easy. The first thing we need to do is prepare the recovery tank. Now, recovery tanks are usually filled with nitrogen to protect them while in storage and shipping. Now, nitrogen is safe to release in the air, so we'll just open up both of the valves and let all the nitrogen out. Now that the nitrogen is out of the tank, we need to actually pull a vacuum to remove the air and moisture. To do this, we're going to use a vacuum pump. First, ensure that both valves on the recovery tank are closed, and then connect the pump to the tank's blue side. Turn on the vacuum pump and open the blue side valve. Let the vacuum pump run for about an hour to ensure that all the air has been removed. Now close the recovery tank's valve and then turn off the vacuum pump. It's very important that you do these steps in order, as you don't want to suck the pump's oil into the recovery tank once the vacuum has been created. All right, so now that the tank is ready, let's get it hooked up to the car and remove the refrigerant. The first step is to hook up the manifold gauges to the car. The AC system has a high and a low side, which can be accessed under these black caps. Now it's very important that you make sure that all the valves on the gauges and the quick connects are closed before hooking up your car. Connect the high side with the red connector and the low side with the blue connector. They're also different sizes, so you don't really have to worry about hooking up incorrectly. It only goes on one way. Make sure before you start working on your vehicle's AC system that you're wearing safety glasses and gloves. Now connect the yellow side of the manifold gauges to the connector labeled in on the recovery unit. Take a second yellow line and connect that from the recovery unit's out port to the blue valve on the recovery tank. All right, so now that everything's connected, it's time to finally start removing the refrigerant. slowly open the blue liquid valve on the recovery tank and watch for leaks in the system. Open the blue liquid valve on the manifold gauges. Now open the outlet valve on the recovery tank and turn the machine on. Slowly open the inlet valve on the recovery unit until it begins making a knocking sound. Once you hear that knocking sound, slowly close it until the noise stops. Once the liquid's been removed from the car, open the red vapor valve on the manifold gauge to finish evacuating the system. You're going to let this run until the gauges read 0. This took about 30 minutes or so for me. Once the gauges read 0, close the manifold gauges red and blue sides. Then, on the recovery machine, close the inlet valve first and then the outlet valve before turning off the recovery machine. Now you can close the recovery tank's blue valve and start disconnecting the lines. Last step, make sure that you put the black caps back on your car's high and low side connectors to protect the valves from dirt and debris.
Now, as you saw, recovering the refrigerant from your car's AC system is not a difficult task, but you do need a few special tools. Now, as always, I've put links in the description below to all the products and tools used in the video today. Now, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, smash it if that's what you're into, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.